Let's head on over with that in mind. Trondheim does not need as many units as I'm pouring into it right now. What I should probably do is send a couple of my best. Huh. Well, yeah, sure, you could do that. Would take you half a year. Or I could just recruit a single merc to go and take care of it here and now. So of you guys, you only really need the 10 and 20 will do. The rest of you can just chill out over here. No point taking more attrition than we have to. I won't command this siege, sadly, so I don't get much say in it. But I could bring in a 2-siege general, which I don't have spare, except for my most revered head of state. And it's not Dr. Aftish. Dr. Aftish, I swear you'll have your time on the throne someday. It's just not today. Influenza has spread to Danzig. Well, I mean, okay, from Danzig it could well spread to my entire place, so I'll quarantine that horrible province. Nasty event. But that'll get changed. Oh, looking forward to Rostov getting big. I'd look even more forward to Rostov getting Dallas again. We don't need this area, but that would be really nice. That would be very, very sweet. My crew CV hasn't noticed last time. I hope Federation Admiralty will be more accepting this time around, says Hiya. Who's to say? Also, oh, of course, if we ever get disease, that's going to slow down Trond. Okay, it's just a shame that they have these allies that don't want to get out. Anhalt is one thing. But as we can see, nobody wants to get out of this war anytime soon. Especially not those Portuguese, they don't have a reason to. But if I had access through Austria, Savoy and Aragon, they would not give it. They would give it. Well, actually, England, no, they're my rival, of course, they wouldn't give it. A bit of a shame that. And again, what about through Granada, Morocco, Tlemcen. Okay, but, you know, Aragon still kind of cuts us off there. Why worry about it? Provence is being a bit annoying. I mean, heavens knows where they even where do you even exist? Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, they're not keen on getting out of this either, which is a shame because they're taking forts of mine, which really bumps up that war exhaustion. Speaking of bumping up my war exhaustion, I think they just came by sea. I don't think so, they would have had a -2 if they came by sea. They did catch me with a pretty crappy general, although they have no general. But still, it's in flat lands. Get over there, I want these guys expelled. Oh, my line is in shambles there, but at least they go away. Can't catch them. How did they get in there? Maybe I don't even want to know. What I do know is that my army is in pieces here. It's like I'm learning some kind of valuable lesson about Russians fighting Swedes, which I refuse to learn. It's okay if we just push the scum out of here. siege is taking forever in a day. Also, I forgot about you, didn't I? On you go. It's our province now. Sweden's still boasting a fairly heavy standing army, mostly artillery, but at least they're out of manpower, just like us. Is France's capital still Paris? Yes it is, and why does nobody want Paris? It's like a contention point between England and Burgundy. Alright, this is nice if you take them down, but you won't be doing very good with no general. Somebody please teach the Ottomans how to fight. Wow. Oh, they're getting sunned here. Glad their war enthusiasm's still high, but for how long? I'll be 100%ing no Sweden at this rate. Even Hamburg. Those provincial fools. Yeah, I'm still tight-fisted when it comes to my advisors. Actually, I wonder what's making the Ottomans fight so badly. It's probably just lack of good ideas. Granted, they have offensive, but Sweden has quality and defensive and Swedish ideas, and Swedish ideas are just sick. But it seems like when it comes to fighting, the Ottomans have no idea. Jake, a Novgorodian army. Yeah, I've still got these guys. They were kind of repairing, but I may need to throw in everything I've got at this rate. Also, these guys. They're hurting. May have to back them up with a bit of merc. Sweden wants some peace, no doubt, because they are still boasting this enormous army that's looking very, very scary. And could easily waltz into this province, I guess. At least once this siege is done, which I hope to God someday it is. Let's speed it up with a bit of a barrage. No. No, but I'll tell you what is done. That Ottoman army of infantry. And more infantry. Oh my! England, with many friends, have decided now is the time to attack Rostov. Thankfully, the Ottomans are still getting involved in that. But for what reason? They want Scottish lands, which puts me at war with rather a lot of people. Because they decided Aragon, Burgundy, Brabant, Savoy. Oh my! God! That's just Western Europe versus Eastern Europe. Oocha. All the while, we're still getting hosed down by these Swedes. And these Swedes need to die. What does the fool demand? It's quite interesting that he wants me to give land to Muscovy, because I can make good use of that. The wonderful thing about this land is that I don't lose cores on it when I spit it out. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he wants me to give away much of that. He would be happy with Novgorod going goodbye. And he doesn't want me with the Ottomans. But for me to give Muscovite land back, which is no big expense to me, and I wouldn't lose my cores, and I'd have a reason to fight Muscovy again. You know, if anything, that's good for me. Kind of. Time to make a nice piece. Well, look at this English lot. I am not getting into that. Then again, let's look at it another way. Can they even do much to me? No, the English can land on me by navy. What I should do is find Muscovite cores and give them to Muscovy. This is the EU4 Super Slam, Jake. Western Europe takes on Eastern Europe for the title belt. No, I don't think... Given that Sweden alone is curb-stomping me and the Ottomans, I don't think it is time for that title belt. Where are my Muscovite cores? As long as it's not these ones, which are full cores. Unfortified land, I'll hand over to Muscovy. Morom is Muscovite. It's pretty high on everything, so it's a shame to give that away. But it's still pretty good. Moskva I don't want to give up, it's just really nice, you know. I mean, Tver is no big deal to just hand over. Are you seriously considering the fact that AI England knows how to do naval landings? Something my war with Teutonic Order was scary times. I really don't want to give up Moskva, it's a really nice place, and I have already built my my whatsits there. Yaroslav's a nice one to give up. Do they want some money to sweeten that deal? Evidently not. I'm not giving him that, he borders that. I need non-fortified land that I can just stroll right back in and take. Oh, and I will be strolling right back in and taking. My truce with them does not last for very long. But this is a good sign, well, a good forewarning that England want me dead. Alright, so I can give up that. Doesn't give up anything with buildings on it. Don't give a state-controlled land and check if you can do anything with the Otto land. Maybe you can release something. No, the Ottomans haven't been occupied. Okay, well here's the thought. I could make this peace deal, so let's keep it in mind for if they end up causing us some real issues. They can't occupy this. They may or may not attack us with naval invasions here. Shame about the Ottomans getting utterly stomped here, though. I guess a good part of that is my own fault for not helping them out. Alright, for example, they're going down there right now. I should certainly back them up so they don't get spat out by these guys. They have a decent general. Also, there's the English. We'll see what they manage. Just sell out the Ottomans. Not sure if they attack the Ottomans, but look down here. Savoy is not winning on that front. Well, not anytime soon. Okay, these are grasslands, and it seems like Sweden wants to help himself out here. So let's just get in with everything we can to help our good friend the Ottoman out. 5, 3, 1, 4, 6. I got all these low strength cannons on the back. Beaten back by puny Swedes. This is not my finest hour. And the fact that Portugal is still in the war, they really drag down the war score for us because they have all these friends involved and it's hard to get them out. In fact, what they want to get out is Rostov released Bremen. I'll tell you that's not happening. Jake, there's a bug that lets you release nations from your allies if you have cores of same releasable nation. That's quite funny. I mean, Imereti would not be that nation. And he's not interested in the other ones. Bremen, Riga... Nah. Well, like I said, we'll see how the war goes. Okay, Aragon's involved. That could be the end of the Ottomans' mighty fleet. 27 heavies. The enemy has 88 heavies. And yeah, so Aragon trumps Ottomans on the sea. Well, you know, I was needing the Ottomans softened up eventually, right? Jeez, those are the backup for the Swedes. Bohemian and Ryazanians wish to rise up now as well, which is a bit of a shame. At least the Ottomans are around to, of course, look after me. Those are losses. We only have 8,000 in reserve. Thankfully I'm pouring some more in. At least if we punch them out of here, they'd have to cross over to defeat us. Unfortunately, they have loads of maneuver, so they would totally be able to do that. There we go. Utterly scary losses. Oh, what's this? Why are some of them only running away that far? I think it's because they want to die. To shreds, even. Perhaps I shouldn't get so ahead of myself. I mean, I might get involved in a battle that I don't want to be involved in there. Ah, well, let's just chance it, see what happens. There we go. Not a huge victory for us, but a victory nonetheless. But Portugal being around is just such a pain. How's the campaign going, Jake? It has its ups and downs. It's currently in one of those downs. We'll see what kind of deal we get out with England. It's hard to deny that Sweden do have us a little on the ropes here in terms of just about everything. But Skåne has a good supply area. As long as it doesn't block us going over to Geland. Certainly we don't have the navy to cross our way over there. And wasn't the plan to fight Denmark during this war? Denmark managed to get some allies, which is most unsettling. Will you ever do a German minor campaign like East Frisia? I mean, never say never, but it's not on my to-do list right now. I want Portugal out, but looks like I'd have to wait about 2 years for it. Similarly, Anhalt and Provence need out, and Provence really don't want to be out of this war. They're too happy to be in it. Of course, they have all their units sieging me down as we speak. Oh yeah, Brabant's in all this as well. You know, boyars, I'd love some levies right now, even if you'd hate me for it. Gotta get something back into these armies of mine. Alright, so at the very least we control this, but sadly Sweden on the seas has 30 heavies. I don't know how they do it. Still, I do know that this is going to be a tough one to hold. Oh, and they're still rampaging around in the north. With a bit of luck, the Ottomans can take care of that, because my units are exhausted for such things. And also, I need a high maneuver individual here. What do they have in maneuver? Was it 4 or 6? How much is your manpower deficit? Really high. Deficit of about 47,000. I could put a lot of people onto Skåne, but for what purpose? Well, we saw that coming. Hopefully the Ottomans did too. Also, how's that war looking? Nasty thing is that the Swedes have free reign to navally invade where they see fit. So getting war score on them is proving very difficult. They do, however, at least want peace, and once I get Portugal out, I'll be able to get a much nicer peace. It's just going to take a while. And yeah, the state does need that money pretty badly right now. I mean, half-price guys are always nice, but I don't know, half-price guys would save me a lot of money in the long term. But none of those appeal to me right now, except maybe the unrest guy. Guess I'm taking those ducats. Manufactory age right around the corner as well. I forgot we were even spying on these guys. Yeah, that's nothing to be scared of. Of course, the idea of me getting 100% on Sweden anytime soon is a laughable idea when they still tote that enormous army. Actually, it's considerably less enormous than before. Is there a word for that? Like, considerably less enormous? Could always merc up, it's always an option. Not my favourite option, granted. Could bring you guys back a bit. And then merge you two together since you're kind of badass like that. And if we do get attacked here, which I pray we don't, let's just have somebody really good at fighting there. Alright, so England's floating about not sure what to do, but Savoy is trying something here. And I forget that Burgundy is often involved. Man, England and their strong allies here, giving me a hard time. And there goes that Ottoman fleet, which was pretty useful for a number of things. Okay, so the Ottomans are kind of chasing down the Swedes. I just hope they don't go north into Trondheim, because that would undo this year of work. This 2 years of work. Germans probably have one what? Losing track of my own thoughts here. You can hang around there. Well, the Ottomans aren't getting invaded, for better or for worse. They're still a little bit on my side in this war, but I need those Portuguese gone. Like I said, it'll take a year for those Portuguese to go. Crap. Ottoman getting attacked in Trondheim here. Oh, he knows it, but they know it too. 7th of June, 18 May. Right, we need to hold out for quite some time in May against that. As I said before, the Swedes are sickeningly good at fighting, and now they have the mountainous advantage. Fortunately, we now have the number advantage. There goes our front line. Let's get another front line, please. Whew. There goes my manpower even more. Never needed that. Portugal are once again defender of the Catholic faith, which is a shame them getting involved in this hurt. Fee you. And that'll make this siege go on a lot easier for us. And it's done. Excellent. Of course, so are, for the most part, these units, so let's get them down here, where they might hope to recover someday. Okay, peasant insurgency, but it looks like that's taken care of. Provence continue to provide a lot of troubles for us. And England are... Let's see, it's their conquest of Fife. They can't get it for now, but that just means no one controls it. When it becomes mine again, which of course it will, that's going to become a bigger problem. And my... I was wondering what was going on with conversions. My guys are all tied up with that right now. Okay, can live with this for now. Not for much longer, but yes, for now. Yeah, well, Stockholm is one hell of a city. Go figure it gets that massive rebellion. But hey, I still want to carve these guys up pretty good. Finland won't do much damage, but ripping out their forts really will. That means I just need to bring up a big enough force to actually destroy them next time. And not fear Trøndelag. Who could ever fear such a place though, right? Now the clergy, they're not triumphing anymore, so I probably should give them back some land. Not sure which land though. Certainly don't want to give them my cool core lands here. But my land doesn't really have much in the way of autonomy, so never mind that. I should do them nicely. Good production, but it's only wool. Look on the bright side, Jake. Now that you're at war with Aragon, it's easy to get to Portugal. Whilst you do make a point. I mean, those numbers are not ideal, and it would allow them to flood into here. And look at them. Austria is the linchpin preventing the utter annihilation of us. "19 battles, and it's only just even here. Yeah, Granada's been around for potentially the whole game. Shall we have a quick look to see if they've ever been consumed? Yeah, they were. But only for a short while. The Andalusian dream can never truly die. Okay, Danish truce is up. I mean, I'd love to attack them, but... Bohemia... Okay, Bohemia Ungru. Would still love to attack Denmark. And I got those cores to get back. I'm not really scared of Bohemia and wherever Brunswick is. I've got cores to reclaim. That's an idea. I mean, celebrate these two large, horrifically fought wars with another, even bigger, more horrifically fought war. That'll eliminate some dastardly Swedes from the equation. Once the situation with Sweden stabilizes, I can retreat slightly. Oh, and he's not looking so good for loads of land off of us anymore. Of course, I can't have the Ottomans leave because then relative strength would collapse for my side, and then Portugal would certainly not want out of the war. How's the loan situation for Sweden? Not sure. Good question, though. So, our good friend Sweden makes pathetic money, has reasonable sum of money, in the bank that is. Can't believe a third of my development and they can still punch this hard. But when it comes to loans, which is exactly what we're looking at there, they have no loans whatsoever. So, there you go. That's something. At least we still have war score to gain from occupation of the capital. Portugal. There'll be white peace for you soon. Swedish knobs taken over. Well, I don't want to fight those, but I'm sure my good friend Ottoman does. Now the second war adds to the relative power of the other one. Wait, it does? I wasn't aware of that. Relative strength of alliances, +2. Relative strength of alliances, +5. Alright, Tula is now up in revolt. I think I had a fort around there and I simply got rid of it. Razanians. Well, we can deal with them in the future. Any chance Ming will intervene on your behalf against all these great powers? England, Aragon, and Savoy, I guess. Yeah, you know what? This is totally unfair. Hey, Ming. We should be friends. Well, could at least try to improve relations on that front. That'd be really funny if they did. And the Chinese army just marches on over. Through impossibly horrible conditions. Some scum in the Swedish Isles that you may want to hit. The Swedish Isles? Scum? I mean, when you say Swedish Isles, I'm not quite sure what you're getting at there. I'm getting at extra legitimacy for Dr. Afdish, though. Alright, so they're wanting peace now, probably because they know Portugal is about to bail on them. In a few months. Okay. At least those noble rebels are sieging down stuff that I don't truly care about that much. What I meant to say is the AI counts other wars fought against you as well as their own relative strength of alliances. Are you planning to form a glorious Finnish march? No, Finland is Hanseatic land and thus it shall be ours. Helsinki, well known in the 14th century, will be part of us. Alright, the Gaelics now wish to rise up, which will free these lands from horrific oppression. Sadly, though, it'll give the English an opportunity to take Fife, which is extremely bad news for me. I mean, I could get a whole bunch of these thanks to Happy Russian Man ability. And I could also increase my own relative strength right here. I'm already above my force limit, but we need some units here. So how does it look now, Portugal? You're scared of my mighty Streltsy, aren't you? No, they're really not. But I will use these guys to